is AI. Any app you're on is AI. And now they even have like AI music. Like, it's like, I know that is like, sometimes there's other people behind that, like writing the music and everything like that, but I don't know, like what's gonna happen to like real artists that have real, like, real raw talent. Like, what's gonna happen to that? I don't know, you guys. It's a lot. It's just, I feel like I'm getting annoyed with it. Because it's a lot. It's just everywhere. It's like you can't escape it. Even Google. Like right now, if you search something on Google, the first thing, like, result that comes up is from AI. And it's like, damn. I just don't know, like, how is this going to like negatively impact us like in the future? You know what I mean? Because like, it makes life easy for some people, especially with like ChatGPT and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like, if we become too dependent She's from Fifth Harmony, and I believe they started on America's Got Talents, and then they were a huge girl group, and then they eventually broke up. But Normani, and then her name is Normani, and the name of the song is Fair. That's what I've been listening to, so you guys can check it out. I'll make sure to put to spell out her name on the screen. But yeah, guys, let's get into today's topic, which is just like, we're gonna just go over like random facts, like random historical facts and events. I was just looking up random facts on history and historical event. So this is what it came up with. So it gave me like an order. So for ancient and medieval history, I guess there was the Great Pyramid of Giza, or Giza, and that was built around 2560 BCE, and it remained the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. But I don't know why it's not. See, that's how I go into rabbit hole. Because it's like, I just wanted to know these random facts, but then now I wanted to know, like, why is it not longer, the tallest man-made structure? Because it said it was like that for 3,800 years. So does that mean it's not there anymore? Or did they build something else that's like taller than that? You know what I mean? So it's like, now that's like a rabbit hole that I gotta go into. But yeah, the next one, it says Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the building of the pyramids. That's kind of cool, because it's like, when you think about her, you think like that was a long, long time ago, like in BCE, 80, whatever it is, like, like you would think it's that far back. But for it to be like closer to the moon landing, that's kind of interesting. To think like it wasn't that far back, it's kind of interesting, and it's kind of cool, like, that's a cool random fact. It said, and the next one, it said Viking cats were highly valued. Norse mythology even associate cats with the goddess of Freyja. I don't know anything about Viking cats. If anybody knows what that means, please feel free to share. I do like learning. So then we're gonna move into like early modern history. So say the trial of Galileo forced Galileo to recant his support for heliocentrism. I don't know what that is. What is that? What's heliocentrism? And what is the trial of Galileo? Is that like, or Galileo? Is it Galileo or Galileo? But what is the trial of that? Who was he? Oh, I wonder if that's a Bible thing. Let me see. The trial of Galileo was a 1633 Roman Inquisition case against Italian astronomer. Okay, Galileo. Okay, so it is church related. I was thinking Bible. It does it. The Catholic Church charged him. The Catholic Church charged him with hearsay for supporting the heliocentric theory, the view the Earth orbits the Sun. The trial symbolizes clash between science approved since 1889. The next one, it says the Anglo-Zanzibar War between Britain and Zanzibar lasted only about 38 to 45 minutes. Zanzibar surrendered almost immediately after British bombardment began. 38 to 48 minutes. Like if I was from Zanzibar, I would be embarrassed. Because it's like you didn't even try to put up a fight. You just said, hey, I give up. 38 to 45 minutes. Wow. Wow. They didn't try at all. The next one, there's, whoa. It said a library that accidentally burned itself down. How did a library burn? Wait, okay. It says the famous Library of Alexandria wasn't destroyed in just event. It suffered multiple fires over centuries, including one possibly caused during Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria. It suffered multiple fires over centuries. What was it made out of? That it didn't like get destroyed right away. It happened like over centuries. Centuries, like how many centuries is that? Oh wow, that's, I want to know what it's made out of for it to, like, suffer multiple fires over centuries. Okay. Interesting. The next one is in Napoleon was once attacked by rabbits. It says during a plan on Napoleon Bonaparte was reportedly swarmed by rabbits that charged at him instead of fleeing, likely because they had been domesticated and expected food. Oh, domesticating rabbits. Domesticating rabbits feels weird. Domesticating a lot of animals today just feels weird, like, you know what I mean? But that's, imagine getting attacked by a bunch of rabbits. Like, what do you do? Like, who do you get mad at? Like, the rabbits, what are you gonna do? Kill them all and eat them? Like, well, they beat him up, so I don't think he would have been able to do any of that. So it said a pope put a dead pope on trial in the bizarre cadaver synod. Pope Stephen the Sixth had the corpse of his predecessor, Pope Formosus exhumed and put on trial. Why would a pope do that? Like, aren't you supposed to be like godly man? That's, and to do, wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's interesting to know. The next one, it says the Great Emu War. In 1932, Australia fought a strange war against emus, the Great Emu War, and lost as the birds proved too fast and numerous for soldiers to control. That's embarrassing. Like losing a war to emus. Losing a war to any animals except maybe, like, I can understand if it's bears, lions, like chimps and gorillas, because they carry a different type of power. But to lose a war to emus, that is crazy. And that is definitely a strange war, because what was the reason? What was the reason? The next one it says, the first computer bug was a literal bug. In 1945, 47 engineers working on the Harvard Mark II found a moth stuck in a relay, leading to the term debugging. Is that why I feel like there used to be this thing on the screen that looks like it's a bug? I feel like I've seen that on a computer before, but I don't remember. I don't remember much, because I feel like I used to see that, and then I used to see like that Albert Einstein pop up, like, was it in Microsoft? I don't know, but I feel like I did see, like, like an animation of a bug, like on a computer screen before. I just don't remember how I saw it. Yeah, I just don't remember how long ago was that. It's probably a long, long time ago, because I don't just see it anymore. But yeah, oh, a little bug, debugging. The next one, it says a dancing plague broke out in 1518. The dancing plague of 1518 caused dozens of people to dance uncontrollably for days, with some reportedly dying from exhaustion. What? What would cause? Is that kind of like in Shrek? I think the last Shrek, where it's like the guy plays, I think he plays a flute, and whatever he's playing, it causes people to do whatever. So he did, I think he's making them dance. So he was playing the music, and it was making the people dance. So I wonder if Shrek, like, the writers, creators of Shrek got that from this. Oh, the dancing plague of, okay, see now, I want to further look into it, It's, so the next one, it said a man survived 2 atomic bombs. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, I think that's how you pronounce it, was present in both atomic bombing of Hiroshima and atomic bombing of Nagasaki, and survived both. That, like, surviving that, I wonder, like, how do you go on about your day living, like, like, does it, like, of course, I feel like that comes with trauma, but also it's like, do you just feel lucky at all times? Because that's, well, it's not luck, it's protection. He was protected. That's protection. He was protected. And the next one is say medieval animals were put on trial in medieval Europe. Animals could be tried in court. Pigs, rats, even insects were sometimes persecuted for crimes. What crimes would an insect have committed? Like, we just be killing them now without putting them on trial. Is that where we got it? Is that where we got it from? Because I just feel like insects are annoying. And it's like, especially flies. Oh my gosh. I hate flies. Oh my gosh, I hate flies. But it's like, how do you... People in the olden days are weird. Like, are you having a conversation with these, like, animals, insects, and all that? Or you capture them and, do you, like, do it, like, in front of people? Like, how every olden movies, whenever they're doing something, it's like in front of a crowd. So it's not like, I don't know. The next one, it says the first person to survive Niagara Falls in 1909, a 63-year-old school teacher named Annie Edson Taylor became the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Oh, she did it to seek fame and financial security. After being pulled from the barrel, she reportedly said, "No one ought ever do that again." Well, she did get the attention, and, like, she's part of, like, I guess, random historical facts. education